Hi guys, you are listening to the Cat with Strength podcast. If you enjoy this show, don't forget to give it a share. Scott, welcome to the podcast.
No problem. Diolch yn fawr.
Hi, Scott.
Pleasure to be
All
here.
right.
Yeah.
Good.
Do you know what?
What?
This is episode numero 10 of the podcast.
Dos. No, that's not.
Dos?
Is that two in Spanish? Dis
I think it's two,
in
yeah.
French. Dis in
What's
French.
10?
I'm not too good at my languages. Welsh.
Unos, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis.
Dave?
Dave, get a Google. Get a Google.
Anyway, episode 10.
Well done, Scott.
Oh,
It's an honour, yeah, it's an honour to be here. Thank you very much for having me on.
Thank you for coming down, Scott. Really appreciate
No
that.
problem, yeah, it's fine.
One thing we like to do with the start of the podcast every week is we like to ask a question of the day for our guests. Okay, we don't like to tell them what it is beforehand. Just got to go off the cuff. Today's question.
You look so nervous.
Oh, yeah, I am a bit, yeah, put me in the spot, yeah.
You're out there, you're all like, ooh,
Yeah,
and now
yeah.
you're like, rigid.
Question of the day today is, and I'll ask you as well, if you had a themed song, okay, that had to be played every time you entered into a room, what would it be?
Ooh, that's quite a good one, that.
Oh, God.
It's good enough. I know mine would be straight away.
You can't go with Enter the Sandman, can you? Because that's pretty big time, that is. Is that what you'd go with? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't go with that. What's the university that uses that? Is it Texas or something?
No, you're on about Thunderstruck, aren't you? No.
No, it's Enter the Sandman, isn't it?
Is it?
I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
it is.
What's
yeah.
that? What is that song?
I'll type it in later.
Night.
DMX, I'd go. DMX.
Oh, let's go give it to you. What? That one.
No.
Oh.
Friday.
Which one's that one?
That's another good one. Type that in later. You'll enjoy it. There's two songs for you later. Between two.
What'd you be?
Move.
Move, bitch.
Get out the way.
What would you be?
I don't know. That's a very good question, Rhys. I'll tell you at the end of the
It's a really good
podcast.
Dave, what would you be?
No more talking for the rest of the podcast for me.
Killers, Mr. Brightside.
Oh, that's a decent one.
Oh.
A bit awkward if you walk into a funeral, though, wouldn't it? And Rough Riders comes on, like, so. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to rethink that one,
Yeah.
maybe, but depends what room you're walking
You've
into.
got to think about what you're walking into.
Yeah.
Go on, get it out.
Well, my favourite song, like for karaoke, is Proud Mary. So would it just be that, you know? Every now and then. You know that song?
Yeah.
Well,
Starts off
give
really
it a
slow.
go.
No, I gotta have.
Takes about 10 minutes.
I've got to have 6 tequilas before I sing that.
Takes about 10 minutes to kick in, though.
Yeah, I'd be cremated by then.
Yeah. Now then, Scott, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what's the backstory?
Who are you? I don't even know who you are.
Well, my
Tell
name
us.
is Scott.
Yeah.
Scott Maynard. I'm from Carmarthen, a little village just outside Carmarthen called Penyal. It's sort of en route up here.
Go
at the
there.
very start of the journey, though.
I go to the
Took me ages
arena.
to get there. You go to the what?
There's an arena there.
Wait, in Carmarthen?
Yeah, in Peniel.
Ah.
Yeah, there's an arena.
An
It's
arena?
called Coombe Park Stables, horse riding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I go to
I'm with
Peniel.
you, actually.
I go to Peniel about once a month.
It's the
I'll
top
call
of-
in for a coffee next time.
Yeah, pop your head in. It's at the top of my mother's estate across the road, actually.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm from Penyal.
Posh side or?
Oh, you're them nice houses at the other end, are you?
No. I think it's probably like the original houses of the village, like before the estate was built. So I'd say so. But yeah, I run a gym in the local village. I grew up there in Penyal called SM9 Fitness. So yeah, that's the gym I run from day to day. But yeah, no, played a bit of rugby over the years. Me and Rhys have played with each other. I don't know. I tried to have a think the other day. I think I played against you once. I stay out of the way of him on the pitch, so I hide behind all the bigger boys. So never really had to deal with him.
I think I played against you once when I was playing for Neath and we had a bad season. We lost every game and you were playing for Thunderview. You were having a good season. I think you put about 100 points on us.
No.
I think I actually did have a bit of a run out in that game.
You had you had that long haircut back then.
Did I? Back
Do you remember that?
Yeah, mental.
How
Was it a
long is
ponytail?
long? Did you have a ponytail?
Yeah.
Like a plait?
Touch the top of the glutes, like. Honest to God, it was mental, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I look back at it now, and at the time, I remember I started growing it in COVID, and you didn't have to see anybody. You know that
No.
rough patch you go through. So I kind of went with it, and then yeah, it was a bit of an in thing. Me and one of the other boys had a long hair competition going for a bit, and then it got silly. It just got really annoying when I was training. I don't know how you do it. Honestly, don't know how you do it.
Put it
You're no
back.
different, I suppose,
No.
isn't it? But
Imagine me with the same hair as Rhys.
To be fair, you've had a few good haircuts over the years.
Yeah, I am like that. I do like to mix
How?
it up a bit.
Yeah, because you've got a bit of a dyed lid there, haven't you?
Yeah, so the story behind this one is one of my mate's sons, we were competing in Marbella back in October. Sort of, his boy he's only 5. He's got the whitest hair you'll see. And
What, naturally?
yeah, just like...
They don't dye it at 5,
No, he's not bleaching it, like, there's no peroxide in his head, but... yeah, so basically he was kind of like, I had a mullet, like a V-shaped mullet at the time. So he sort of said, I'm going to cut my hair into a mullet like you, but you've got to get it the same colour as mine. Go on then. 5-year-old boy, like, keep him happy.
Can't say no.
Yeah, I went with it. I tell you what, it was painful, man.
Do they still... I remember when I was 16, I used to have my hair highlighted.
Oh, yeah.
Do they still put that helmet on?
No, it wasn't highlighted, so they just slapped it on.
Helmet.
Oh, do they?
A cap.
Yeah.
It's a
Cap.
cap. It's not a helmet.
It's better having the cap on because I think it
That
doesn't
fucking
touch
kills.
your scalp then.
Yeah, when you pull it through the hook. Yeah, I done
That
that,
hurts.
to my friend before.
Oh, this was like...
What hurt you then?
Yeah, what hurt you?
just
Foils?
like, no, just...
Get a grip, you're a
no,
rugby player.
there's no foils or nothing like that. It was just
Scotland's
slapped it
come
on. Yeah, it was...
You used to wear a hat.
I'm sure my scalp like blistered a bit. It was on for like 3 hours. It was...
Who did this for you?
Oh, I'm not dropping him in. I'm not dropping my barber in it like that. Maybe he's gone.
He probably never done any colouring courses.
No,
To be fair, he did a good
definitely
job.
has. Yeah, he did a good job of it because I was worried it would go ginger. Sorry, mate.
What's wrong with ginger?
Yeah, what's wrong with my husband's ginger as well? What's wrong with ginger?
It went white and it stayed white as well. So
It's got a good cut for a
nice,
dark
isn't it?
hair, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So how often do you have the upkeep on that situation?
what do you mean now?
How often do you do it? No, dyed.
Oh, only the once.
Oh, that was the once?
This was the once. It's
it?
still in there.
I've never dyed my hair, you see, so I wouldn't know how long things last.
I feel like you haven't
Surprising.
felt real pain until you've had a helmet on, mind. That's another level. That's another level of pain when you had. Ask your barber next time for a helmet.
What do you mean a helmet?
It's a cap with loads of holes in it. And then
like
you
a
get
big
I don't know,
condom.
but I've had that.
yeah, and then there's like a hook, and you hook it in the thing. You buy them
Yeah.
from Boots, don't you?
But like it literally feels like someone's pulling every hair.
Next
out
time
your
you come down, we'll put the cap on
I've had
you.
that. I didn't because we did a test run before I went whole hog. So I had the highlights before.
head. That's brutal.
The
Then.
hook was alright.
Was it?
Yeah, the hook was okay. The cap, 2 hours with that on your head. I was like trying to like relieve tension and pressure in my
For
head.
big boys, you are a bit sad.
It's like when you have a massage. your head comes off the massage table
Yeah.
and you got like a big dent in your head.
Yeah.
Also, you can refer to him as a big boy, but not me. I'm half his size.
How tall are you? I did notice the height difference.
Mate, you're pushing bigger weights than I am. I follow you on social media.
5'9"? No, I'm not 5'9". 5'8" maybe.
Oh, yeah. My husband lied to me and said he was 5'10", and then I measured him and he was 5'9". So
Do you know
I'm
what,
glad you
though?
didn't lie about your height there. Well done.
It's brilliant though, and you go to CrossFit competitions and whatever, and I genuinely feel above average. I feel pretty tall. So, honest to God, it's mental. Yeah.
What, they're all little people?
Athletes,
So,
CrossFit athletes are typically quite...
I'd fit in
small,
there then, I'm only
yeah.
I saw a
5'2".
picture of you with Josh Bridges the other day.
Oh my God,
And
tiny.
obviously I followed him for years, like most people have who like CrossFit, and I couldn't believe how small he was.
Ah.
And then I always had a picture with Froning a few years back, and the same thing with him. Like you don't realise how small they are.
I couldn't believe it because like when I first started watching CrossFit and things, Josh Bridges was probably the bloke I sort of looked to and was like, he's he's the smallest of them all. And like me being in a rugby team of being the smallest bloke, it was kind of I relate to him. And then I met him and I was like, no, I'm actually way bigger than this bloke. It was mental, it blew my mind.
How's everything going up? Smashing it in SM9 Fitness. I've followed you for years.
Yeah.
I think we got started. Like SM9 started and Carter Strength started. You might have been before me, but I remember you've been going about over 10 years now, haven't you?
Well, 2017 we opened our doors at SM9 Fitness. I used to do a bit before, obviously, before I opened sort of and established a premises. It all started back in like my parents' garage,
Class.
doing the one-to-ones, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I've over 12 years experience now in the sort of industry and coaching, and been a level 1 CrossFit coach since then. And been a level 2 CrossFit coach for probably the last 5-6 years. So yeah, it's all good. Like
Class.
Yeah.
I've some of the results that you get through from there are brilliant. Like I really like, because I can compare it to like my story. I really like seeing coaches do well in a small space, like coaches who don't have like an abundance of kit and they're able to do a lot with a little. And I think like Oz who works with us is another one like that, and yourself, like you do really well what is it, like an old church, is it? Like,
So the old, it's owned by the chapel, the building we're in, but it's the old primary school from the village. So there's a couple of old people who live in the estate who actually, went
to school.
It was their primary school. So I think it was built in 1920s or something.
that's cool.
Oh, it's mega old building.
It's nice that it's in that community now that still serves a purpose to for the community as well.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not turned
definitely.
into flats or something like that.
No, definitely. And that's the thing, in the village I'm in, there's not really much there. I think for years it was crying out for a pub or something. I remember the old man always used to think, it'd be brilliant to have a pub. But no, I think where I live, I'm over the wall from the gym, so my bungalow's over the wall. The nursery is right between us, which is ideal with the little one now. And then the primary school, the sort of newer one now, is literally on the same road. And my mother lives on the corner, Nana, so
Yeah.
it's a great setup, really,
easy,
in terms of day-to-day. Really handy to sort of, have the support network to start with from my mother, but the nursery and things like that is ideal. She'll be going to school soon now, so
Class.
she just turned 3. She's crackers.
Life-changing there.
Yeah,
I always, when people approach me and maybe they don't come from this area, I find it hard sometimes, well, especially over the years, to refer people to other coaches, because I don't really know how well other coaches are. I think you've been the only coach I've been referring people to over the last couple of years. I'm like, go down to Scott, or especially if they want to, at the time, really push, gymnastics and CrossFit and things like that. The results you get down there is brilliant to finish doing.
I appreciate that. I think, to be fair though, I think a lot of it is just down to the individual. If you've got somebody with the right frame of mind who's willing to put the work in, persist with things. I mean, we've got guys in the gym who've been there for years, and to see the progression they've made over that time is class to look back. And I think the most frustrating thing as a coach is they don't see it themselves. You almost have to go back and show them, look, do you remember when you couldn't do this and now you're doing it for reps, etc.
That's why it's good to take videos, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was asking one of the girls for it was a progress picture I wanted because her body composition has changed so much, but the performance changes she's done in the gym are incomparable compared to how she looks. But I had an old video of her, I think it was doing a burpee, and she's struggling to get up off the floor, whereas now she's hardly touches the floor. She's straight back up.
It's nuts, isn't it? I think people don't realise how capable they are of achieving things until they just take a step back, and you've almost got to convince them to actually trust the process. And 90% of the time, if they do buy into it, they're only going to get results, and more often than not, I find once they're in that sort of period of 12-week training block, whatever, it turns into 6 months, a year, they forget what their original goal even was because they surpassed it so quickly. They're on to the next thing. But it's rewarding to see, isn't it? I mean, that's why we're in the job. You only want to see people progress and do well. So, no, it's I love it. I don't feel like I work. There's people who go and sit in an office 9 to 5 every day, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I could never see myself doing that again. Well, I've never done it before, but
you found something that you're passionate about, and you can just do that from day to day and do it well.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people ask about the 5 o'clock alarm or whatever. God, it's crazy. Can't believe you get up at that time. And it's don't get me wrong. I like a lie-in on a Sunday. If the missus opens the bedroom door before 8 o'clock on a Sunday, I'm close it. But it's just part of your routine, isn't it? And like I said, it's easy to get out of bed if you're going over to help somebody who really wants to chase down their goals and whatever. And if they're so committed to doing it, and you're there along the way to help them, it's easy to roll out of bed, really, isn't it?
Do you get people asking all the time, I can't believe people actually come to the gym at 5 o'clock, and they ask you, I can't believe people, I think it's the best time in the day to train.
People say that all the time.
To be fair, I've never been one to train super early. I think since having a little one, it's almost forced me into a point of, I want to be able to spend more time with her in the day and maybe help out a little bit around the house or whatever with obviously my wife Rhys and things like that, take a little bit of pressure off her, and it almost forces your hand to create that time, and it is brilliant. Don't get me wrong, some mornings I wake up and think, I really can't get into this, because if I train at 5:30, I'm not one of these people who could get out of bed 5:15 walk around to the gym. And
I've seen you make your fancy coffees first thing in the morning.
Half 4, boy. I got to get up at like 4:30.
Great barista, Scott is.
Yeah.
What, you're nearly an hour to make a coffee?
Well, you got to sit there, you got to drink, you got to enjoy it.
Just press a button.
It takes an hour for the caffeine to kick in as well, doesn't it? So, yeah, I like to get up. I like
Caffeine
to be fully
doesn't
awake.
kick in to us. We don't. It doesn't affect. I don't think, does it?
No, I think
much of it, man.
I'm immune to coffee now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, completely.
2 a day is my rule.
Is it?
2?
Yeah, 2.
Oh, we have 2 for 5:30.
I'll have an Americano start a day, and then if I'm training, and then I might have one around midday. I try not to have one after 3. I'll never
No
sleep.
caffeine then, pre-workouts, beta-alanine, anything like that?
Beta-alanine, I'll chuck a bit of beta-alanine in every now and then, but
But not in a pre-workout style, old school, Jack 3D.
yeah, well, a dry scoop of beta-alanine if I'm really like pushed. And
Dry scoop?
Yeah, something. Well, not dry scoop,
Yeah.
couple of
Wash it
tea or
down.
whatever, yeah, but coffee first thing, brilliant. Give a shout out to Bam as well, and Bam Day.
Crafty smuggler.
He's
Guest of the pod.
sorting out with it.
From a coaching perspective and like your background in training and stuff, Scott, is what I wanted to talk about. But like one of the main things I wanted to talk about today was how much money you've raised for charity over the years. Yeah. What are you up to now?
So I think overall, since we started 2017, I think we're over 27,000 now.
Class.
In terms of just like different local charities, and then we've sort of honed in over the last 4 years on raising money for Pancreatic Cancer UK, which is something quite close to me. I lost my father to pancreatic cancer, so doing a lot in his memory every year to try and raise money, raise awareness. It's the most important thing, I think, is the awareness side of it. Just to try and get that out there as much as possible. But to be fair, the guys at the gym, the community, they're amazing. Like the support. I think the first one we did, we raised like £7,000. So it was just unbelievable to see the amount of support we got from not just people in the gym as well, just like people in Carmarthen who live like know my dad and things like that. So yeah, it's always nice to give back, isn't it, and try and help out, especially for people who are going through such horrible things in life.
Yeah.
So.
Well, to be fair, like I'd put my hand up before meeting you and spending time with you, playing rugby with you, and like following you. I didn't know anything about pancreatic cancer. Doing this only through what the message, the awareness that you're raising. I've learnt about it. Like it's
to be fair, it's such an aggressive form of cancer, and like the survival rate of it is so low. So it's almost as if because there's not much of a chance of surviving when you get pancreatic cancer, almost sort of brushed under the carpet, if you know what I mean. So I think it's like, 50% of people that are diagnosed die within 3 months.
wow.
Jesus.
So it's one of those that, once it's moved on to sort of secondary organs in your body and things like that, so it becomes almost terminal. So once people sort of are diagnosed, more often than not, it's found in another organ, and then it's like, all right, this is where the cancer has actually come from. By that point, the majority of the time it's too late. So Pancreatic Cancer UK are brilliant at what they do. They're really trying to sort of raise funds in order to get like an earlier diagnosis and things like that through research. We went up to, myself and my mother, we went up for a day with them in Cardiff University probably about 6 months ago, and we would walk around the labs and things like that, seeing what they're doing with it, and had like a big seminar with them, and that was amazing to see like how much work goes into it behind closed doors. And I know like with big charities, a lot of the time people sort of are reluctant to giving their money to things like that because these big organisations, people don't think it actually goes to the right places. But I went and spent the day and seen what they were doing behind closed doors there, and it was impressive to see what they were doing. So
that's got to be really comforting for like you and your mum to go and see that, do you know?
Yeah, it was, No,
it doesn't bring him back, but obviously...
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, if I can help like one person not go through what I went through, like, mission accomplished for me kind of thing, that is, it was horrible. Like, just, you never think it's going to happen to you.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. And then, like, I'll never forget, like, the day that, me and my brother sort of, I think we were training actually in Maes Gwendra. I think you might have been with Llandyfri at the time, Rhys.
Yeah, I think I was, yeah.
I think it was one of those, we got in the car after, mum and dad sort of text us, can you come home for a chat kind of thing, and you almost know then driving home when you're thinking, don't be that. And it's kind of in the back of your head, but you're like, nah, it won't be that. And then, you know, we got the news then that it was that, and you almost like grieve, like almost there and then, but like knowing that it's going to be inevitable, it's going to happen.
Did you know at the time how aggressive pancreatic cancer was, or did you?
Yeah, like, yeah, it was more or less, you know, we were sort of...
Doctors had said, or?
Yeah, I think he was terminal, so he's in stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and it's one of those where I think he was sort of given, you know, the option of like, you know, do you go and get like really aggressive home treatment? I don't think the option was there to operate or anything like that. It was almost like, how can we just, you know, drag this out kind of thing. So to be fair to Dad, he dug in, like he had 9 months, so
Fair play.
he beat the statistic of 3 months.
Class.
But it was wild experience. Like, you know, there were some days, you know, you're seeing things that you just think like, oh, why is that happening to us? But then other days, then he'd be right up and going for a walk down the back roads, and you're like, how on earth has that happened? You're going from one extreme to the other. But no, he fought right until the end, like, to be fair. So
yeah, I remember he was in the rugby club buying the pints.
So I remember he would so he'd have his chemo treatment, and I remember him trying to tie in, because like after his chemo treatment he'd feel his best, but then the next few days would be pretty rough and relentless on him, but he'd come around quite good then a few days after that. So he timed it all so that he could still go and watch a game on Saturday. Crazy. Like, that was, you know, there was you know, nice moments. We were like quite blessed with, you know, there's other people who don't get that sort of time with loved ones, and, you know, we knew what we had, so Dad was able to tell us a lot of things that he wanted to happen, etc. And, you know, he came to watch me and my brother play, like, together in Livery. So it was things like that was, you know, comforting then, once that's all done.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I can imagine it would have been amazing for him, like, seeing both of his boys then on the pitch at the same time.
Yeah.
And, like, we were winning most games, but it wasn't like when I was playing for Nathan, we actually won games.
Yeah.
So we won most games, didn't we? So.
Yeah, well, I spend most of the time as well on the bench. We've got to mention that. Like, you know, I get much
You got the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, if that.
You got to see you walk out together.
Yeah, to be fair. No, I think there was one game we started 9 and 10 with each other that he'd seen, and that was enough for me. Like, that was probably the biggest reason I wanted to play at the club with my brother, kind of thing. You know, it was quite comforting for me, that. But yeah, so
that's good. And doing that, I don't have to say this, like, obviously he'd be like insanely proud with the amount of money that you've raised, but awareness you've raised, and like you're keeping his like legacy living on, like, through the good work that you're doing in the gym. Like, raising money is fucking incredible, to be fair.
Yeah, like, you know, that's one thing I was quite sort of, I don't know about scared of, or like more like worried that like he'll just be forgotten. So I just sort of, he was the one, to be fair. And my mother, they sort of, the first ever charity event we did, they were the ones who talked me into doing that. I think we did like 24 hours of burpees in the gym. Just like every 10 minutes we had somebody go in. And that was relentless. It was a tough old challenge, that was. And that was for a young boy, Morgan's fight, who you know, was a 6-year-old boy, had cancer. So, you know, when you're in something like that and you're doing it and you're thinking this is hard, it's not really, is it? Yeah. So, yeah, he was the one really who got us to give us the idea in the gym to do sort of charitable work. But yeah, I'm sure he'd be proud of it, like, looking down. Well, I hope he would be anyway.
Oh, yeah, of course he would.
Yeah.
What's this challenge that you've got on the horizon now? I have seen glimpses of this.
Yeah, so like every
Hold
November...
on, 2 seconds, sorry. By the time this podcast comes out, Scott would have probably... When are you doing it?
I don't know, because we were meant to do it on the weekend, but the electricity thing for the spanner in the works, I'm gutted, because I'd be sat here now and I'd have done it, but now I've got another week of worrying about it.
We should have got him on the podcast next month.
Are you... you know, after you do... Sorry, I'll come back to the challenge. You know, after you do your challenge, you're going to keep the Just Giving page open so people can give after it?
Yeah, I think the Just Giving page stays open for quite a while. So if anybody does want to donate to it, it's in the link in my bio. So just on the SM9 Fitness Instagram page. That'll be the best and easiest place to find it. But we're also raising money this year for... there's one of our members, Sophia. Unfortunately, her brother's passed away recently as well of Burkitt's lymphoma. So, you know, rare sort of aggressive form of cancer. So we're also doing it this year in memory of him. So yeah, we're up to like the brother-in-law Steph. I'm gonna have to give him I shouldn't be giving him a shout out, he took me up really. So basically he suggested that for every pound that's raised, I do 2 burpees in a weighted vest. Yeah. So
You are.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but again, like...
How heavy is the vest? 10, 20?
£20. So
£20.
9 kilo is it? So
How much are you up to now?
it's at about £766.
Oh!
So it's over 1,500.
I did 1,000 burpees in July one year for cancer.
Yeah.
And I just did 10 burpees every minute. So I did 10 in about 30 seconds. And I did 100 a day. So I did 10 minute, basically like 30 on, 30 off.
That's a pretty similar format to that. Like I've had to try and practice a couple of things because
I didn't do it with weighted vests on, but
but as if it's not impressive.
Yeah, no, I know.
Sorry,
No, I know that.
Yeah, like 1,000.
I know that.
Yeah.
So he's also like a rugby player, CrossFit athlete. I'm just a coach.
I know, sorry.
No, that is amazing.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It'll be a bit of a grind. I've had a couple of little sessions, just test the water, try and get around 400-500 out. And I did a session of it last night now because I didn't want to leave it another week without doing anything. I was in a bad place last night, real bad place.
So what day are you doing it?
I'm probably going to do it Saturday morning now, I think.
Oh, should we go now?
This Saturday.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll come down and do 100 burpees with you.
Do some synchro
Token
with me if you
100.
want. Yeah.
You're going to get people doing it with you to try and...
Yeah, so like the guys are great, to be fair. Like I'm sure a couple of them will jump in and...
just to boost morale kind
just
of
to help
vibes.
me through it, like when I'm slacking and...
It's obviously it's a physical challenge, but there's such a mental aspect to that.
Yeah, definite. But like it will get dark doing that, like 100%. And like I've done quite a few challenges like this now, and you always remember why you're doing it, and it does.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid this, but it gets easy because you're just thinking this isn't hard.
Yeah.
Compared to
what? Yeah.
Through.
No.
So you kind of just get on with it then. But well, I'm hoping that happens this time round anyway. So
a lot of burpees.
So a burpee for every pound.
No. 2 burpees.
2 burpees.
2 for every pound.
How much should we donate?
We haven't donated that.
Any Cattle Strength member wanting to donate?
Yeah.
To be fair, we're splitting the donation, so half is going to Pancreatic Cancer UK, and the other half is going to Joshua's Fight for Life as well, which I think they're looking to support the charity going forward in memory of him for Lymphoma Action, I think it's called. Don't quote me on that. Should have done.
But you can find the link anyway through your page and it'll be on there.
Yeah, so the link is on the page. If you want to donate to that, it'll go direct to Pancreatic Cancer UK. If you want to donate to us and we can split it, we can just...
Yeah, but we can find everything on your page.
So get the...
Cash is king. Don't tell the tax man.
But,
That's impressive. It's a flipping ballsy challenge, mind.
Yeah.
Just signing up for that alone.
Just doing burpees alone.
Because you don't know how much money you're going to get.
Yeah, but doing burpees for that amount would be terrible, but doing burpees in a vest. Oh.
It's alright when you've got little legs.
Yeah.
Helps a lot.
Yeah,
Little
I
legs,
find
little
burpees
limbs.
quite relatively easy, but with a weighted vest on, I would struggle getting up.
Yeah, I didn't realise how hard it would be with a vest.
Well, the heavier
on.
you
I'd done a few
are, yeah.
sessions and you're just doing a good morning every time you
Yeah.
go. And I didn't realise how much it would tap the lower back and hams.
Yeah, and your hams.
So they've had a bit of a hide in the last few weeks. I'm just looking forward to getting it done now.
It's a bit of a catch-22, isn't it? Obviously, you want to raise as much money as possible.
Yeah.
That was the positive of it going on another week. It's like, we can raise a little bit more money again, but...
Also negative for the fact that
it'd be done by now, but... Yeah, I'm looking forward to it in a weird way. Looking forward to finishing it, I am. That'll be a rewarding challenge.
So, say that you're going to stay about 750 burpees. How much? Yeah.
No.
Raise 750, also 1,500 burpees.
1,500.
Yeah.
How long do you think that's going to take you?
Less than 3 hours, hopefully. Yeah, 45 minutes, 50 minutes can give you about 500 reps, maybe a quick 5-minute rest. And then 500,000 is that? Yeah, I'll be just under 3. I'll be chuffed with under 3 hours. I'll be chuffed to finish it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not really putting pressure.
no one's going to ask you how long it took.
Yeah, I've done that in one of the challenges before, sort of put a
time
bit of
cap.
pressure on myself to see if
yeah.
I can do. I was a marathon skier, and
I did that with you.
Yeah, you went down there, didn't
No,
you?
that was we did 24 hours.
Oh
in
yeah,
skiing.
sorry.
Yeah. So we did 10-minute stints, and you came down to that. I remember, but there was we were doing a lot of these 24-hour ones, and it's a lot to ask of people.
Yeah.
To come in and commit to that, and got to a point where I was like, perhaps I should just do these myself now, and if people want to join in, they can.
Yeah, and you'll get people coming down
it.
to support, wouldn't you? Definitely.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that one was tough. I put way too much pressure on myself in that. I wanted to do it in sub 3. And once you see that projected time get away from you in an erg machine, you ain't getting it back, especially over that distance and that period. That was tough. My older brother did that one with me as well, Tom. So he did it up in Liverpool. Shout out to him.
What was your time of a marathon? Was it row or ski, did you say?
Ski erg. I think it was like 3 hours. It was over 3 hours, 10 minutes.
It's a good time, man.
Yeah, it was again, I was just happy to finish it.
What's your average pace there? I can't even look it up.
Oh, flipping heck. Like 2:08 or something like that.
That's fucking good.
Yeah, but
I don't think I could even do that now.
It's a fast
I remember
pace.
trying to hold the pace to go sub 3, and I was like, I can't do this. And once you had your first break, it was.
So you'd have to hold 2 or under for sub 3, is it?
I can't remember the exact figure. It was only like a difference of like a couple of seconds in the pace, but over that period, it makes a huge difference.
So you'd rather go on a ski than a row to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So would I.
I don't know why people would want to sit on a rowing machine for longer than 20 minutes.
Worse,
I pick ski every time.
Yeah.
Ski every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rowing does not suit my small body.
Yeah, you shorter limbed individuals.
Definitely.
Rower's got to be the worst.
Yeah, and me. I'd rather go on the assault bike over the rower. And I hate the assault bike.
You got to learn to love it, so you got to spend a bit more time in it, develop a relationship with it.
No, not for me.
It's alright then. The Echo bike's a different kettle of fish as well, isn't it?
We haven't got any. You've just got 3.
We've got 2 in now, so the guys have been enjoying those the last couple of weeks. But we introduced it in the week of we were doing an in-house comp, and in week 2 I brought them in, and it was like a max cal at the end of that workout, and I think like you were getting roughly around anywhere between 2 to 4.5 minutes on it to just max out, and people just collapsing on the floor, like hating it. People choosing to go on the assault bike now instead of going
Karen and Aled were down at SM9, I think.
Yeah.
Had a good night with Karen on Friday.
They're members of both gyms.
Yeah.
She's good value in the social.
Yeah, she's good. She is.
She
good
enjoys
fun.
a night out, does Karen, doesn't she?
Yeah, so do I.
Shout out to Aled,
Yeah.
Khaled.
Shout out.
If
you're listening, leave us a review.
In the Maldives in a minute, aren't they?
Living the dream, innit?
She texted me and she said, please don't get depressed, but my stories will depress you for the next week. 10 days. 10 days they are going there for. And I've got no power at the moment, so seeing her stories, I'm like, yeah, looks lovely. Fair play.
I've been following them both.
Have you?
Moved their profile for 10 days or so, nice to submit it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice to see someone turning up today with a tash. I've been a lone ranger at this gym, Scott. I'm the only man with a tash. And then today we've got Dave. Shout out to Dave.
Katie.
Runs a book. Dave. And then now Scott's studying with a tash.
Yeah, I went for it not so long ago. I had my passport photo done with it, so I thought.
Did you? That's selfish.
Next 10 years then, is it? So yeah.
I think you look better with a tash than you.
Oh, thanks, Katie.
Well, there's some like weird European vibe with yours. I don't know. I can't say. You know what I mean, don't you, Dave? Yeah.
Irish.
You look better.
Irish, actually.
And then you keep doing this as well. If anyone compliments your tash, you go like this.
Showing off the tash, isn't it?
Make it look better.
Oh, dearie me.
I'm here for it. Bringing tashes back.
Yeah, well done, guys. November was last month, but whatever.
November, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people were asking me, am I doing it for that? And I just said, no.
For the passport
for long term, like, yeah, I'm not messing around.
Passport photo.
So would you go completely clean and just keep that or not?
Yeah, I do tend to.
Do you?
It goes back so blinking quick.
Does it? But you don't really go clean, and you're not clean, Dave.
No.
You've got a bit of goatee going on. Now, what's the bit? What's
the
the dude that does this guy? Yeah, you got handlebar.
That's the one. Gotta get it, Rhys.
Is that handlebar the Dave? I don't know.
Almost. He's trying. I can tell.
Beard, isn't it? I think it's pretty much a beard.
Dave's got the shittest handlebar I've ever seen. How's training going with you, Scott?
Yeah, it's going alright.
Just got back from Marbella.
Yeah, so went out to Marbella. Well, first year went out there last year, and then this year managed to compete for the first time in an elite competition. So
Ooh.
that was an eye opener.
Impressive.
It was mega imposter syndrome. I remember, the closer you get into it, I was just thinking to myself, what am I doing? Like a couple of meltdowns in training before.
Was there?
Oh,
Any big names to go this year there? Like any...
Luka Dukic was there last year. Was Owen out there last year?
Not this year, the year before he was, yeah. I'm not sure if it was individual or... Is there a place on there? He did go out, definitely.
Yeah, he's definitely been there, isn't he? Dan Ty was there this year. He's a pretty high profile name in the UK, isn't he?
Last lane, yeah.
But yeah, he is. So yeah, no, the athletes are just insane, like what they can do there. But managed to hold my own. So I was only 3 places off, like getting into the final.
Class.
So
That's cool.
I'd have shaken hands with not being last before. I was don't be last kind of thing. But even just to qualify, I was over the moon with that. I didn't think I'd be able to do it. So it's one of those. I think once you tick that box, gives you a bit of confidence to go for it again in the future. So I've got a couple of big competitions lined up next year now.
Class.
Fingers crossed. All depends on the qualifiers, doesn't it? Like,
what workout comes
if
up?
Rowan's coming out, like, check me out, like, I won't even do it. But
Weighted burpees, fine.
yeah, there's a bit of handstand work in there, it's my jam. So yeah, I think I'm looking forward to next season now, and I've had a season off rugby just to really try and focus on it. It was tough graft last year playing rugby alongside it. I remember I played a game, I think we played like Pontypridd away, like pissing down rain, Saturday before going to Marbella, thinking like, what am I doing? Like, I've spent a lot of money and put a lot of work into this, and luckily enough I've managed to pull through that game and competed there. So this year I was like, look, if you're going to do this properly, get your head down and give it everything, kind of thing.
You won't go back to rugby now, will you?
Yeah, definitely. I think I will, yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
Not this year, anyway.
Not this year. I came up to watch the other day.
I coached.
Were you there?
It was a romantic
Christmas,
weekend, yeah. So I coached Lampeter, for anyone that doesn't know. And
that's why they were so dirty. Yeah.
There's always a big derby between Carmarthen Athletic and Lampeter. A big fight last year, was there?
Was there a fight last year? No, I played in that game. There wasn't a fight.
Oh, well,
was there?
Yeah, the sidelines. I
wasn't in it. Oh.
Big one.
Down with us, there was a fight after the game, yeah.
Anyway, there's a bit of rivalry, there's I suppose a bit of a local derby. And the boys lost twice last year against Carmarthen Athletic, so like there's a bit of nerves going into this game. And we won this year. And,
you hammered them, didn't you?
Up front, got forwards, or the forwards did,
Let's be fair, the pack were dominant. To be fair to them, it was a wet day, heavy underfoot, home advantage.
But the boys were like, oh thank God that Maynard wasn't playing. That Maynard wasn't playing.
One of them got stuck into me from the sideline, and I was like, I'm not even playing. I should concentrate on the game. But I went up to watch that game. I was gutted. I hate seeing the club lose. Like, well, your home club, isn't it? You never like to see them not do well. So. Yeah, it was a annoying journey back. Like, I thought I've driven 40 minutes up to Lampeter.
I've driven 40 minutes.
The boys were glad. Were you driving? Cycling a bike or something?
Yeah, those roads are berserk, man. Honestly, God, it's like driving up the Wild West up here.
Imagine living here full time. Oh.
Yeah,
but the boys were glad you weren't playing anyway, so stick to CrossFit, I think.
Yeah.
Well, give me loads of confidence, come back and play next week. Kick in for 80 minutes. But yeah, we'll see how it goes this year with the CrossFit.
I'm surprised you didn't go back to rugby because you're doing well in CrossFit. It's hard to, like I say, juggle both.
Yeah, I just think though, like, I'm only 31. Like, do you have to retire from rugby at like that age? You can have a couple of years off and go back to it, surely. Especially if you're a 9 or a 10. Like, if I was you, I'd be wanting to rest my body. Like, I haven't done much, and I basically had 5 years of doing nothing in Llandovery as well, so I'm pretty fresh. Like, so yeah, I got a bit left in me, but for now, just gonna concentrate, put all my energy into one thing, and then I'll definitely go back. Home club means a lot to me, so go back and do a little bit more.
100 games? What do you want now?
I don't think they keep count at the club. That's one thing I think in my home club. I don't think there's like a record or anything of how many games you played. I will have played.
Clubs should do that, I think. Be nice to know about 100 caps. So.
Yeah. There's a lot of clubs who do it. Like I think Mancreatic do it quite well. They give like caps out to their boys and stuff. But I think I played over 100 games.
You have, yeah?
I think so, yeah. Because I had a good 2 or 3 full seasons before I went to Swansea when I was younger. Yeah. And then I've had a full season in between somewhere as well.
Probably played against you then. I played a bit for Whitland when I was young.
Did you?
Yeah, I probably played against
Chasing the cash that you were, don't you? Driving all the way down to Whitland and play.
That's more than 40 miles.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
Don't tell the tax man. I remember I played for Athletic once, and we were losing 5 minutes to go, and I ended up in a fight with the second row that I was playing back then. Old boy, he had a tash as well.
Like. 100%. Yeah.
Is that how you're modelling yourself on now?
And I was doing alright. I pulled his top over his belly and over his back. So his belly was out, and I was actually doing alright. And then the winger, I don't know what. I think he had a nickname like Jippo or something, and he's a boxer.
Oh no, that'd be Jamie Jippo. He would have been the second rower. He can bang. He can.
There was a winger.
Of course he can. I wouldn't mess with that.
There was a Jippo. There's something Jippo anyway.
Jippo, yeah.
And he caught me about 5 times before I could open my eyes. I had to go to E&E that day. I had a stitch there and a stitch there, but we won the game.
That's always quite a bit. Well, to be fair, the club are surrounded by quite a lot of teams, so there's quite a lot of rival, like, big games. Like, I played last season, and you know, we'd have like Pancreatic one week, and then you're playing Lambton, then you're playing Whitland, then you're playing St Clair's, then you're playing Pontevedra. All of them surround the town. Yeah. So it was like derby. We were like, that's relentless.
I'd much rather go watch local rugby than watch what's on telly. Do you know? I'd much rather go watch Athletic Lambton than.
Yeah, it's better to go and see the boys you know, isn't it, and support your local team or whatever. But yeah, rugby's going.
Shit.
It's going terrible, isn't it? Like I think we were at a competition. No, where were we the other day? The Rogue Invitational. Me and my mate Neil, and we were like, sure, Wales are playing Fiji tomorrow. We didn't know, and it was kind of like back in the day. Your weekend was based. That.
Why is it going shit? Why are you saying that now?
Well, the performances of the Welsh rugby team are probably.
Oh, that's another podcast. That is.
Yeah.
That's like another 12 podcasts probably. If you're going to go into that.
Okay.
Yeah, just.
We'll leave it there then.
Going down the pan.
Shout out, Warren.
Did you keep him?
Yeah,
I would as well.
I showed him to his hotel room one day when I was a little young waitress.
What did you
in Harbmaster, he came to stay, and I took him and his wife to their room and showed them
around. The wife was there?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I wasn't with Warren.
I thought you were dropping Warren under the bus.
Me and Warren Gatlin, off we went to the hotel room. No, I showed him and his wife, and he was a really nice man.
Was he?
Very big.
Big lad.
I was like this. Hey, Warren.
Yeah.
Was he? Yeah, really big. Well, I'm only 5'2", but yeah, he was quite, you know.
You probably said that to most people.
Yeah. Oh, you're big. Yeah, no, he was very nice. I was quite sad to see him go, but he's back now, is he, apparently?
Yeah.
Would you keep him then?
I'd keep him.
Go back to Scott's question.
I just think, who the heck, who are you going to bring in? Who would go and win?
Yeah. No. I think if you had the best coach in the world at the minute with the team, it's the team, I think.
Maybe we need you in there, Scott.
No, definitely not.
Oh.
I told you I'm concentrating on CrossFit this year.
Yeah. Rhys, you've been getting lumped. Oh, maybe they need Tristan.
All I'm saying is we're 7 from 7.
Tristan, you and Tristan, get down to Cardiff.
Hey, it'd be no good with the roof closed by a dry pitch. You need a wet day, you do. Mud up to your shins.
Open the roof.
That's how West Walians live.
It's fucking pissing now, Rhys. Open it. I spoke to Gary Morgan after that game. He was working in Lampeter Rugby Club.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't very happy with the performance.
Oh, what? The other day?
Yeah.
Oh, I can imagine. But
so, Gary Morgan.
If you listen.
What was it? 25 what? 25.5?
Oh, I can't remember.
Bonus point at the end?
I can't remember.
I think so.
Quite bad.
You should be a better.
You should definitely know. You should have come in with notes on that.
I just come in.
It's a bit embarrassing. It's all here for Rhys.
Pushing the scrum, jump the line outs, away. Yeah, we don't plan anything here. This is all off the cuff, believe it or not. You never believe it, will you?
I don't know if you can tell.
Huh?
But like this.
This is all off the cuff.
You planned your session, Rhys?
Yeah.
Scott.
Katie, what are you doing tomorrow?
Scott beforehand, he was like, right, what are you going to ask me? I was like, I don't know, Scott.
Great. Can't wait to get stitched up. So far, so good.
You're doing well, though, in fairness.
Yeah, well, just got to forget there's a camera there and Dave in the corner. And
oh, you can't forget Dave. Dave's our man. Shout out, Dave, if you're listening, leave us a review.
Have we had any reviews yet?
Loads.
Have we?
No.
I noticed at the start you didn't give it the like, subscribe and share.
No, we do that at the end.
Oh, you do it at the end, yeah. No, all right.
You obviously haven't listened to one of our podcasts.
What if people don't get to the end? Get in at the start.
Yeah, they probably switched off by now. Especially when they started listening about that rugby.
Scott,
the Welsh bit now.
Cast Strength Podcast is looking for like an episode sponsor with SM9, like to sponsor one of the episodes.
There we are, yeah. Check my across the bottom for the whole episode. Like,
we got our first sponsor.
It's got to be a rolling one, sponsored by SM9.
Okay.
Don't tell the tax man.
That's all right, cash.
Don't tell the tax man.
No, but yeah, like, I'm following your progress with your training, Scott. Like, I used to train with you, obviously, when we played Clondifri, and I could tell, like, you've been working really hard behind the scenes, and you're putting up some, well, Aled was telling me as well, like, you're flying in training.
Yeah, it's going alright. Again, though, it's just like, you just got to stick to a process, haven't you? There's a lot, there's definitely more fails than sort of success in your training. When
You just see the highlight reel on Instagram.
Yeah, people just see the highlight reel, don't they? And that's the one thing I hate about social media at the minute and in the fitness industry, and I'm guilty of it myself, because you almost have to buy into it, don't you? I mean, there's like so much pressure to post things, this and that, and it's like another job, isn't it?
It is a full-time job. Do you have a coach, by the way? This is a real serious question now.
A training coach or a social media coach?
No.
But you know what, actually, I'm going to shout out my mate Emily Jones. Give me a little bit of help with my social media.
She used to be Pretty Little Thing. She used to do Pretty Little Thing, didn't she?
So
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, she's doing a good job. I do follow her.
She is amazing, like so like natural
Give us a review.
at the camera.
Give a review.
You're
No, she's good.
Why?
Yeah, you're pretty good.
I think, like, with me,
He obviously doesn't follow me on Instagram.
in all honesty,
I do, don't I?
Don't know.
I will say.
I feel like with me, in all honesty, there was like, I felt so much pressure opening this gym, and it was like a 3-year process, and the only thing that I could really control was like my outputs with like social media and like get my brand out there. So like, that's why I pushed it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I pushed it, and I feel like, unfortunately, it does work well. So
Yeah,
I feel like you're under pressure then to have to post every day and to share progress, transformations, share people's success stories, and it's quite cool to do anyway, but like it's a job within
Do
itself.
you like being in front of the camera?
I don't, genuine.
No,
like,
I think you're natural. Some people don't, some do. But going back to the coach, do you have a CrossFit coach?
No.
You program for yourself?
Well, I do hard work pays off training programming. Obviously, Matt Fraser's not exactly checking in with me every week and coaching me. So I follow his program, but no, I've never had a coach as such.
No, that's cool though, isn't it?
That is one thing I always don't regret, because you look back and think like, I think I'd have done a lot better with a coach, is what I'm trying to say.
There's nothing stopping you getting one tomorrow.
Probably not, no, but again, you're trying to run a business, you want to spend time with a little one, there's more to life than
no, but that's quite impressive that you've obviously done that yourself. Yeah,
no, it is, I guess, when you take a step back and look at it. But yeah, it's ultimately a lot of the time you're trying to set an example in you for, you practice what you preach. So, if I'm telling people, don't put weight on the bar, you need to drill your snatch technique.
Yeah.
If they see me doing it, they're going to take that on board. And I think a lot of them do that. And more so recently, in the last sort of 2 to 3 years, I think once people see you maybe competing at a slightly higher level, then it's almost sort of, it does work then.
Well, it inspires you to carry on then, doesn't it? Definitely.
Yeah, and we've seen it recently in the gym. To be fair, one of the boys, I plug him quite a lot on my story, Neil Davis, CrossFit Cranes. Yes. Give him a follow and a shout out. He needs to bump his numbers up, his follow.
Leave us a review, please, Neil, if you're listening.
For everyone, all the millions of listeners, please give what's it called?
CrossFit Cranes.
CrossFit Cranes a follow.
Give him a follow. But he has come on so much in the last. Well, he's always trained or like supported my business.
Please go outside, Scott.
Bob, give me a little like.
Well done, Neil. Well done, Neil. Well done, Neil.
He's come on loads, and like in the last 2 years in particular, I'd say he's really taken it more seriously, and the progression he's seen, I think, because people in the gym have seen him progress as well. That's inspired a lot of people as well, and next year there's 10 of the guys coming out to Marbella to compete. So
oh wow,
it's definitely working.
That's cool.
Do you ever call him Neil, the baby? Or not?
What? Neil the baby is in what's
Gavin
that?
and Stacey.
Gavin and Stacey. No, I don't call him Neil the baby.
Anyone that's got the name Neil, I gotta say Neil, the baby.
I do always say to him, why on earth would an adult look at their child and call
it Neil? No, I know. I completely agree with you. Do you watch Gavin and Stacey then?
I think everybody does, doesn't it? You got it.
Christmas Day special, last one.
Scott loves a rant, right? I was going to ask before the podcast came to an end, like, let's go through some rants.
I like a rant as well.
Fitness rants.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
Let's all get ranty. I could do with another coffee for this.
I only like a rugby sap. That's what I like, yeah.
We started a Sappuccino club. Told you about tonight.
Yeah.
It's just...
That would have been...
Did you go to it?
Oh, I was...
This Sappuccino club?
I was the chairman of that club.
That's why he's so good at making coffees now.
That's the biggest sapper,
You were the treasurer, guaranteed. Don't tell the taxman.
Most negative man in West Wales when it comes to rugby.
Rants.
What's pissing you off in the fitness world now, then, Scott?
You got nice daps, Scott, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice. I noticed them when you came in.
They're right, aren't they?
Yeah. They could fit me.
They probably could, yeah. Let's not go down that route now. Biggest rant. I don't want to sit here and just sound negative. I've already said social media does my head in. I don't know, really.
There's a lot of like falseness on social media, innit?
Yeah, I just...
What about photo editing? That's a good rant.
Come across
See that a
it.
lot?
I don't really know what to look for.
Wonky
Have I been
fences, wonky door frames.
Have I been shown it?
Oh.
Like, I don't really notice it. So, I don't know, perhaps I've been duped.
I saw someone do that with
I don't know.
a progress picture the other day.
Oh,
If you see a picture of me with washboard abs or abs in general,
Yeah.
you're going to know I've like put a little edit on there, but...
Yeah, like editing and things like that. Like, I got no time for that.
Fucking breaks me. Oh, sorry language.
So there's a lot of that. Where have you seen that then?
Just around.
No comment.
Come on,
No comment.
Throw it out there.
Any other rants?
No, I don't like to. I guess you know in the industry you're gonna have a lot of every man and woman now thinks they can just start up an Instagram account and start coaching and this, that, and whatever. But I think that's just as a result of seeing it on social media. I can guarantee you, 10 years ago there would have been cowboy coaches out there, but it wasn't.
It wasn't public.
It wasn't as accessible through social media, was it? So, but it's like every industry. Like, you've got people, electricians, plumbers. Like, I think we just see so much of it now because of social media. It's like it's in your face, isn't it? And you can see so much there, and you're just thinking like.
I've got to say, I don't know if have you had power cut this week or not?
No, we were lucky. My mum lives round the corner, basically in the same estate as me. One half of the estate was in darkness, and we were right.
Because it's been pitch black with me since Saturday, and it's not coming back till Thursday. In the evening now, I've been sat with my husband and his in-laws. We've just been talking.
No way.
It's been really nice.
I bet, yeah.
Can't go on. Normally I'd be sat there like half talking with like my husband or with them. And I'd be sort of scrolling reels, thinking, "Oh, that's a good idea. This isn't." I haven't been able to look at anything.
Yeah, I really hate. I'm guilty, really guilty for it as well. Like, come home from the gym, have a bit of food quite late, sit there on my phone, and I'm thinking like, and my little one's running around.
I know.
I haven't seen my wife all night, and
I
try now to get everything done in the gym and then go home. I try my
It's
best
hard,
to do that
yeah.
because you want to spend time with them ultimately.
It is hard because I get home, eat dinner late, and then I'm like, right, I've got videos of people from all day. I should really post them, tag people, and all that. And then you think, and I always go to Mike, sorry, just gonna, and then you spend like 10 minutes, and then you just feel really good. Yeah.
I think I could be completely wrong with this. This is my take. I think there's like a personality trait with like self-employed people or business owners or entrepreneurs, whatever you want to call it, that like they're quite creative people. So I feel like you
ADHD.
have to, maybe like on the borderline of ADHD, some more than others. But
my wife would tell me I've got ADHD.
Yeah. We've diagnosed all of us with ADHD.
Yeah. I feel like you have to be doing something I've always put it into my brain that you switch on to playing with your kids. So instead of like switching off to play with your kids, like you should like switch on to play with the kids, and like that's your task now. Like not your task, that's the wrong word, but like that's now what you're doing, and you don't do anything else and you're switching on to that, and I found that helps me in a weird way.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I know what you're saying.
Well, I don't have kids, so I don't.
Well, like, in general, anything.
So I have to switch it on to talk to Mike.
Like you know, like you switch
something,
off.
you're going all in. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, no, yeah,
You're not
That's the
yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Like you're always
Yeah.
trying to. I think people with creative intellects are always trying to solve problems. So that problem, I feel like you're just switching on now to like playing Lego.
Yeah.
And your problem is Lego. You just do Lego. I don't know.
Yeah, but then I get
That's not my
distracted.
Yeah, Rhys says that when we're watching a film at times, like something will happen, and I'll be like, oh, da 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 da, and this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, and she'd be like, you just like describe what's gonna happen in the film like that, and I was like, well, you can kind of see it happening.
You're trying to solve a problem.
I'm trying to solve it already, rather than just enjoying
I
it.
can't even sit 20 minutes into a film.
Oh, no.
Well, this is where your ADHD comes in.
I can
always
do a
wanna get one
series.
on.
I can do a series because I know there's like 30 minutes, boom, onto the next. But you know, a film,
Scott likes Lord of the Rings. It's a 4-hour film.
yeah, I'm not.
Brilliant. Honest to God, if you ever want to escape reality,
No, thank
put Lord
you.
of the Rings on. Brilliant it is.
You don't
She
like
wants to
it
down
either,
watch
do
that,
you?
mate.
I like Harry Potter.
Oh,
there we are
God,
then.
this
Good
is
stuff.
just so.
Gets a bit dark though, doesn't it? Like Nelly now, she'll watch the first one.
Is her name Nelly?
Yeah, no,
Cute.
Nelly,
That's nice
so.
though.
That's a good name,
Me
isn't it?
and
How do you
Rhys-
spell it?
N-E-L-L-Y.
Oh, Nelly. Yeah.
Nelly, yeah.
Wondered if- I did-
What's the other way? Nelly.
I didn't
Nelly
know.
or Nelly.
I didn't know if it was going to be N-E-L-E dot, like Welsh
Oh,
Nelly.
Nelly.
Yeah, Nelly.
Nelly.
Yeah, yeah.
that would just be
But this is
Yeah.
this is
Nelly.
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 Not
the
Nelly,
English
yeah.
version, I guess. Then,
Yeah,
so,
it's like Abby and Abby.
yeah, I suppose, yeah. Or
Anyway.
Rhys and Rhys.
Yeah. What's a Jack? And I got a Jack.
You've
spelled
got
Welsh,
Jack.
Jack.
Yeah, not Jack. He's got Jack.
Just the C, is it?
Yeah, that's pronounced
Tor
Jack.
Ben Arvid?
No.
Nah, no tall.
I didn't tell you. You haven't gone whole hog.
No, not Jack.
It's weird, isn't it?
Half-assed that.
Do you know the worst thing is, right? We've got a Harry, but we've got a Harry spelt in the Welsh way. But how would you spell Harry in the Welsh way?
H-A-R-I.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got, right?
Yeah.
You've got
H.
double R-I.
Yeah.
It's like Wenglish.
English and Welsh.
We're proper throwing.
It's a complete Wenglish name.
Yeah.
But my dad spelt my sister's name wrong. Her name's Rhiannon. Rhiannon's meant to have a double N, and he spelled it with one N.
You do what you want.
Yeah, my wife's Rhiannon, 2 N's.
Two N's, but that's how you spell it. My sister's one N.
Well, then who says that's how you spell it?
Well, exactly. I'm Catherine with a C, but Katie is with a K. It makes no sense either.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got Nelly onto Harry Potter 1. That one's alright. Harry Potter 2, she got a little bit...
Oh, the snake
you,
comes
you
in.
get
now.
onto the third one then, it's... Even the start of the film's dark, innit? You can tell then, like, shit's getting real now. You can't, yeah, if you're gonna... You can't put a 3-year-old through that.
Never
yeah.
watched it.
It's traumatic.
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
You never watched Harry Potter?
I watched one, but it was just so boring. I stopped.
Bastards, haven't
No,
it?
this is the time of year to do it as well.
Yeah.
Is it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can time it so you watch Deathly Hallows, then probably Christmas Eve.
Can you name all the Harry Potters?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Now you got... Oh my God. Philosopher's Stone.
You go, I go, okay.
Right, Philosopher's Stone.
So,
You go.
Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets.
Chamber. Yeah, I've heard of that
That's
one.
the second one, isn't it?
Yeah, Azkaban's next, isn't it?
I don't know, is it?
Yeah,
Are you
Prisoner-
locking that in?
Yeah, it is,
Are you
isn't it?
buzzing
Prisoner of
that in?
Azkaban, isn't it?
Prisoner of Azkaban. Half-Blood Prince.
There's one before the Deathly Hallows Part 1 then, isn't it? And
How
I can't
many
remember
are
what it's
there?
called. There's one before the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Dave?
I think I've actually got the order wrong there, but the other one is Goblet of Fire.
No. Oh, what's the one where they have the competition? I can't the tournament.
Goblet of Fire.
That's the Goblet of Fire, innit?
And
Then-
the screams of Harry Potter, didn't he? Has a wobbler with him.
Dave?
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix,
Oh my god, so far off the both of us.
Half-Blood Prince,
Giving her the
Have
big,
you ever watched Harry Potter?
giving her the big one, and we've missed 3 films.
Deathly Hallows, 2 Deathly Hallows.
Like I said, I love Harry Potter.
Shout out J.K. Rowling
And
if you're
Shocker as
listening.
well.
There's loads.
How many are
There's
there?
8 films, isn't there?
8.
There's
Christ.
1, 2, 3,
Well, you-
4, 5,
is-
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can't be right. There's 11.
J.K. Rowling is raked at it.
Oh yeah.
Do you count 1 and 2 as one film? Part 1 and 2?
Yeah. No,
I don't
they're 2 separate films, aren't they?
I've never seen them.
Oh, I don't know what's going on today, but
You've never seen them.
There's
High
8.
five,
You're
Dave.
on
Yeah.
2 Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That's
Oh,
like a
yeah.
prequel to it.
I haven't watched
That's
those.
rubbish as well. They're terrible.
Daniel
Don't shout out J.K. Rowling now.
Radcliffe, as long as he's in it, it's a good film.
They're doing a series, Harry Potter now, aren't they?
Yeah.
What's that being released on? Apple TV or something?
Don't know.
Only the elite can watch it then.
Do you watch Yellowstone?
No, somebody's on to that. I haven't got time for
I ask
series
everyone.
and stuff.
That is one thing you should watch, Scott.
Well, you got time to watch Lord of the Rings?
Yes. Because I pencil that in for Sunday. The whole day. No, Rhys always wants to watch a series. And she's given up.
Tell Rhys. Yellowstone.
Yeah,
I was
Yellowstone
like,
is... Oh.
Well, tell me what it's about and I'll tell you.
Cowboys.
Nah, she won't watch that.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's
No
cowboys
chance.
with like a bit of love and a bit of drama and...
Nah, she might watch it.
Oh, it's well good.
Shit.
It was good to be there.
She watches these programs, right? You know, you'll come in and it's like what's it called again?
Selling Sunset.
Oh, she does watch that
Yeah.
sometimes. But there's this.
Dave watches that as well. Look at him
Virgin
nodding.
River? Is it Virgin River?
Oh,
or something?
Virgin River. Yeah, I haven't watched that, but I know about
They're
it.
garbage. They're absolutely
Right,
terrible.
I'm
And she'll put different programs will come on and I'll be like thinking in my head, is this that Virgin? What is it, Virgin River?
Virgin River.
And I'm thinking, is this it? And then I'll say to her, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, I bet you this has got the same storyline. This happens, that happens, that happens. And she's like, it's so cozy though. It's nice to watch. I'm like,
So cozy.
My
it's
wife
crap.
watches that.
I hate
Shit.
stuff like that. I can't do it.
That's why we're on our phones all the time.
Could be. You could fit in the ad there. Could
Virgin
be.
River. Right then, Scott, where can people find you?
Well, in Penny, just start
Yeah, Scott, for the millions of listeners
yeah.
worldwide, where's Penny at?
So my Instagram is the place to go these days, isn't it? We don't do too much on Twitter or Facebook, although we should. But yeah, just SM9 Fitness on Instagram. That is our account, so give us a follow.
And if anyone out there is feeling in a good mood and would like to donate money to Scott's fantastic cause, please head over to his social media page. Any money raised will go a long, long, long way. So please donate.
Thanks, Scott.
Diolch yn fawr.
Dim problem.